I'm Anil Kumar, sharing with you questions from previous test papers. Here's the one on weighted averages. I've copied the question for you. We'll now discuss it in details. So the question here is, a teacher weights student marks in her final calculations as follows. Knowledge 30%, thinking 15%, communication 10%, application 15%, and the final exam is 30%. A student's term exam or the student's term mark in these categories are 82, 55, 78, and 70 in order of appearance, that is knowledge, thinking, communication, and application. Now we have two parts to work with. The first one is calculate the student's term mark, it should be. Let me change this, term mark. Okay, calculate the student's term mark before the final exam. And the second part is what mark must the student achieve on the final exam to earn a final grade of 77%. Now in this particular video, we'll actually find the term mark before the final exam, and in the next video we'll answer the next part. However, you can always pause the video, answer the question, right? Now what we are given here is that the weight of knowledge is 30%. So let's say, so we have knowledge whose weight is 30%, correct? Weight of thinking question is 15%. Weight of communication is 10%. And the weight of application is 15%. Now if you add them all, 30 plus 15 is 45, and 10 is 55, and 15. So that really does not make 100%, correct? So these are a part of it, right? Now in this particular case, we need to find the average for the term. So that is, we need to find term average. Okay. Student scores. A student's term mark in these categories are 82, 55, 78, and 70. Correct? So that is the score of the student. Now we need to find the weighted average. Let me call that to be the mean. So the mean in this case, which is weighted mean, since the importance of each is different, right? It's not exactly same. Will be, you can say weight of the first times the mark, right? So weight of the first is 30%, which you can write in decimals also, right? So we'll say 30% is 0.3, right, times 82, plus 15%, 0.15 times 55, 10% means 0.10 times 78, plus 15%, 0.15 times 70. You could write in percent. You could write as such also, right? Divided by their weights. Since I wrote them in decimals, I'll write them in decimals. So I'll write 0.3 plus 0.15 plus 0.10 plus 0.15. And then we can use the calculator to calculate the answer. So you can see from here, it is not necessary to write in decimal equivalent. You could have written directly as 30 times 82, 15 times 55. In that case, the denominator will be 30 plus 15 plus 10 plus 15, right? That's okay. Anyway, so let's do it. So we have 0.3 times 82 plus 0.15 times 55 plus 0.10 times 78 plus 0.15 times 70 equal to, and then we'll divide this by sum of 0.3 plus 0.15 plus 0.10 plus 0.15 bracket close equal to To get our answer in decimals, let's change it to decibels, 73.07. So what we get here, as this is equals to 73.07, which you can round to 73.1%. Is it okay? So that is how you can find weighted average for the term. So this is weighted mean for the term in the given scenario. Now in the next video we'll answer this particular question. Let me say this is part A, which we've answered, and now part B. What mark must the student achieve on the final exam to earn a final grade of 77%, right? So that is the question which we will answer in the next video. Remember, 30% is the weight for the final exam. Okay, so let's move on to the next video now. Thank you and all the best.